Hello, Internet. I'm Joey. Frick, I got something stuck in my braces. No, get out. I'm re-recording this take. Hello, Internet. I'm Joey from JOESTER Studios. There, that was a lot better. Anyway, here's a video that some of you might have been waiting for. I'm doing a review for The Rise of Skywalker. I'm writing this right after leaving the theater, and my blood is still running high. I love this movie. I honestly have no idea why it has such a low Rotten Tomatoes score. 56? Seriously? I personally would give it a 90. However, I do consider myself a massive Star Wars fan, so this review will most likely be tainted by that. So if you want an unbiased review, then go look somewhere else. Hey, at least I'm being honest. Also, spoilers, like with a capital S. First, we're going to talk about the bad stuff. And to be honest, there's really not much that I don't like about it. But it's still not perfect. The most obvious flaw that everybody seems to be bringing up is how it retcons a lot of the reveals from The Last Jedi. I didn't have a problem with most of this, but it did kind of bother me how the stuff in TLJ about how anyone can be Force sensitive, which I really liked, this movie completely disregarded. And here's another thing. We get the reveal that Rey was Palpatine's granddaughter, right? But that means that Palpatine must have had some kind of partner. And that creates some disturbing notions. Or maybe I'm the only one who thinks this way. Who knows? There are a couple of smaller problems with this movie, but most of them don't really bother me that much. However, by far my biggest problem with this film is the amount of fake-out deaths. You've got Chewbacca being on the other freaking transport, which makes no sense, by the way, and C-3PO having his mind wiped, only for R2 to restore it. Like, it just kind of kills the suspense when you have characters who should die from stuff, and like, it's pretty much told that they're gonna die from this, or at least the version that we know is going to not be there anymore. And then all of a sudden, oh, they're okay. They're completely fine. And like, there are a lot of scenes in this movie where it seems like Kylo is about to die, but he just ends up surviving these ridiculous things. Now for the good stuff. One complaint that I hear about this movie all the time is the amount of fan service in it. But like, as I've said multiple times on this channel before, I'm a fan of this service, so it's all good. And the stuff that you've come to expect from these new Star Wars movies, like the forget this, take his day again. The cinematography, the action, the CG, and the music were all top notch. And regardless of what other people might say, I thought the acting was really good. Some people are saying that Adam Driver did poorly, but I personally could not disagree more. I also love the character writing with Kylo and Rey. I keep hearing people say that Rey didn't have a character arc, and I'm here like, no, it's completely fine if you don't like it. That's completely reasonable. But you can't say that she doesn't have an arc when she clearly does. What's that? You want me to recount it for you? Okay. Across this trilogy, Rey has struggled with identity problems. In The Force Awakens, she keeps insisting that her parents will return for her despite them being dead. She wraps up so much of her identity around this idea, but she subconsciously knows that this is not where she belongs. Then, the dark and the light side show up and each try to get her to their side. Her experiences on Jakku have given her sympathy for the Resistance, but she still feels a natural inclination to the dark side because of her literal blood. It's a nature versus nurture situation. Then, when she finds out that she is actually a descendant from Palpatine, her inclination only grows stronger. But Kylo's turn back to the light successfully convinces her, and she finally accepts that her true identity is that she is a Skywalker. However, this movie's greatest asset is the satisfying ending it provides to the Skywalker Saga. I just love the symbolism of it closing on a shot that took place at the beginning of the first movie. It perfectly brings this saga to its 42 years in the making conclusion. To the people who say that this movie had a bad ending, you're allowed to not understand themes, but I personally could not disagree more. So the final verdict was that The Rise of Skywalker was a great movie with great character writing that gave Star Wars the satisfying ending it deserves. With a few flaws, but none of which ruined the magnitude of this ending, and not the garbage that most people claim it to be. And speaking of garbage, thanks for watching mine. Peace out. Well, that was a flawless segue.